What's up, fellas? So, I just had this conversation with someone earlier, and it is absolutely pissing me off that this is something that people still debate, and I feel like it's something that should just be like common knowledge, right? So, we all know like comic book superheroes like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, all of those people, right? Like they are household names at this point for pretty much anyone who has a functioning brain. But what always aggravates me is how much people hype up Batman and try and treat him like he's some sort of god. Like I love the idea of Batman as much as the next guy, right? Like it's a cool character. It's an interesting concept. If you really think about it, it's cool, sure, but it's just a dude in a costume. There's really not much there to it. I hate this game. And just the idea that people think in any way, shape, or form that he could compete against literal gods always just makes me so angry. And the arguments are always the same too. It's never like, oh, there's no interesting argument with this. It's just, oh, he has Tibetan monk techniques. And if he had prep time, then he could beat literally whoever. It doesn't matter. That's not how this works. Batman is just a guy. There is no reasonable argument you could make to me explaining why Batman as a human being would be able to beat someone like Superman. Like it just simply just does not make sense. Like here's the logic for it, right? Everyone says, "Oh, Batman knows what kryptonite is. He knows that it's the weakness for Superman, therefore logically he should be able to procure himself some kryptonite and then be able to use it to register Superman to that of a human person or probably kill him." And that makes sense if you're not thinking about it for more than 5 seconds, right? Because it's not like kryptonite is some all-powerful item that just, if it exists on the same planet as Superman, he's dead, right? That's not how it works. There is a set radius, because if there wasn't, hey man, you wanna just, okay, cool, awesome. But like I was saying, there is a set radius for kryptonite to work, because if it didn't have a radius, then it would just be completely broken and Superman wouldn't be able to function as a character, right? So if he's on the same planet as kryptonite, it's not going to have an effect on him. It has to be within a couple of meters or something, right? It has to be actually close to his skin for it to have an effect on him. So again, therein lies the argument. If you really think about it, Superman, the guy who can fly, who can go into space and not have to breathe and remain completely normal, the guy who, hey bud, what are we doing here? Okay, idiot. But Superman, right? The guy that we're talking about that is practically a god is able to casually go into space without breathing. It has super precision, super intelligence, super speed, near invincibility, albeit without kryptonite. And we're acting like he can't just go into the upper atmosphere with a needle and throw it at Bruce as hard as he can, and it wouldn't just annihilate him. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I really don't think that there is actually like any sort of Batman suit that can deal with like global impacts. That's just not something that he has. And not even that. It's like everyone argues, oh, Batman could win. He has to pull out this weapon that's made out of kryptonite and then hit Superman with it. That still doesn't work. Because again, you got to think about this. Superman is someone with cosmic abilities related to speed, right? Like he can travel between galaxies in the span of a second. So you're telling me that if he can't move that fast, Batman wins? Yeah, that's because you're nerfing him. It's just not even a fair competition at that point. Like, I will make this argument until the day I die. It does not matter how much prep time that Batman has. There's not a solution for him to react to super speed because he's a normal human. Like, someone against the Flash or Superman, right? If he fought either of them, they have ridiculous speed. Like they can travel between galaxies within a second. That is an insane level of speed to have. And if you want to argue that he can move at that speed, then he's no longer a human, and you're invalidating the argument because that's not a superpower that man has. He's just a guy. Like if you really want to think about Batman at his peak performance, he is a regular dude that is incredibly smart. I will give you the idea that he is the smartest person in the world. I'm fine with that. If you want to have that as your argument, go for it. But if you really want to look me in the eyes and tell me that someone with intelligence is going to beat out a god, that's just simply not the case. There is no argument that can beat it. So back to what I was saying with it. Batman, right? Kryptonite. Any weapon he has related to that, he has to physically pull out. Like as a normal human, he has to pull it out. And so when he, as a person, is, you know, actively trying to move an item, Anyone with super speed should be able to flatten him because they have higher perception and they have a higher level of speed than he does. Batman can't travel between galaxies in a second, and he doesn't have time to register things on the same level that Superman would. This isn't something that can be argued, it's just simply a fact. And it's just the dumbest thing on the planet to me because when people come out and they argue, hey, well, if you really think about it, if Batman pulled out this weapon, then, he would really be able to beat Superman in that instance. That's not how it works because it's not. Okay, I'm just stupid. But again, this is something that's not how it works because if Superman walks over to him faster than Batman can activate whatever kryptonite item he has, it just doesn't matter. And again, if it's already activated upon the start of the fight, let's say that somehow majestically, right, Batman just preemptively has this item ready to go on lock for Superman the second that he appears for this fight. So he can't get close to Batman. Again, needle, atmosphere, there's no losing that fight. And all of Batman's contingency plans are so dumb. Hey bud, what are we doing here? Why are we why are we making this a fight that we want to do, man? But again, it just makes no sense. Because if you really want to make it that Batman is someone that can lose in a fight like this, I don't know. This whole argument just makes no sense to me. And my dad just walked downstairs, so I had to cut what I was talking about. But still, I feel like my argument remains sound. Batman should not be winning a fight in any scenario against Superman. If you disagree, then, you're wrong. I did this parkour once before, and I feel like I got pretty alright at it, but, I'm still new to Java Minecraft, so I'm still pretty bad. Example A. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and rant. I got theater productions going on for pretty much this whole weekend, so I think I'm going to be kind of booked on actually making videos. So I just wanted to get this out real quick before I get back to theater. Yeah, that's about it. Have a good day.